What is up, YouTubers, gamers, and hobbyists? Welcome to P&Q, the question and answer series where you get to ask me questions or put comments to me, and then I respond to you. I don't know how often that's going to be at the moment. I haven't said that spiel for a long time, and do you know what? It feels good to be saying it again. I said I was going to start bringing this back, and I've accumulated a lot of questions over the last few years, last couple of years anyway, or about 18 months, not a bit more than that. But point is, I've got a lot of questions, and I've made a note of them because I thought, I don't know, I guess somewhere, some small part of me thought they could come in handy one day. And although these questions have been answered to specific individuals, this is where I get thinking they'd make good video, you know. Now, back in the day, several years ago, these P&Q question and answer series were quite popular amongst a lot of YouTubers, and although I'm not expecting it to bring me like masses of views or anything like that, I kind of realised, well, I don't do YouTube to make a living, sadly, but I mean, I'd love to, but I don't have that kind of pressure. And what am I making my videos for? It's called YouTube, so it's for me. I'm making them for me. I've realised that. Now, I've got myself a cup of coffee, so what I'm going to do is, and all these questions, they're not in any sort of chronological order or anything like that. This is on a file I found when I bought, when I had bought for me a new MacBook for my birthday back in March, and it was transferring a load of files from like one to the other in the cloud and everything. I came across this. I thought, questions. What's this for? I opened it and I realised this is what it was for. It's questions that I've been asked, you know, over the years. Although there is one question on here that I have added since I came across the file, because it was a recent question on one of my videos fairly recently, and it pertains to where I live. So I thought, well, you know, I'll keep that one on. If I can find it, I'll try and do it. I don't know how many I'm going to get through. Maybe 5. I don't know. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to cope with the whole live spiel of answering a question, especially ones I've not looked at and thought about for a while. And I'll be the first one to say my views change over time when it comes to different things. So we'll see how it goes, shall we? We'll see how it goes. So and I've got them on my iPad, so, you know, saving paper. Look at this technology. Who'd have thought, you know. Pete, you're way ahead of yourself now. Like, you got advanced technology to use. So okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer these questions. Now, if you want to put questions of your own down for now, pop them in the comment section. I'll add them to my list of ever-growing things. And I used to do P&Qs, which stands for Peter and Questions. I used to do them originally once a week, then once a month, and then I went to seasonal, you know, and special occasions like Christmas, birthday, Halloween, that kind of thing. I'm going to go back to the numbered system for this, because I'm just going to tack it onto the end. I don't know what number P&Q is doing, because I did the seasonal ones, and that for a long time, like summer. Say for example, yawn. Say for example, summer 2021, Christmas 2022, you know, Halloween 2022, whatever it might have been, right? So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that, and I'll gauge reaction. If it gets a load of hate, I probably won't stop doing it. But it'll certainly make me think. I probably won't do them as often as I would like, because the point is, this channel, this whole YouTube thing I do, it's to help. It's to help me. It's a therapy for me, right? And I can remember years ago when this series was my favourite series to make. And it got a bit of interaction with my viewers as well. So, who knows? Maybe I can rekindle that. I don't know. But I've got enough questions to be going on with. So we'll see how we get on, shall we? Alright, so don't forget, if you want to put a comment or a question that you would like me to answer or comment on, put it in the comments below and I'll add it on. Right. Remember, no particular order. It's been a while since I've done this, so do forgive me. Okay, so I have a question here. What are your thoughts on the whole non-metallic metal painting technique? Now, that is a question where my answer will have changed over the last few years. So, originally, my answer would have been, I don't see the point of it. Just paint metallics with metallic paints, right? That's what you got metallic paints for. Just do it. And as the years have gone by, I've come to appreciate not just the time and effort and skill that goes into achieving this, but the therapy behind it as well, the focus that you need to do this. And I'm intending to do one as a tutorial. Hope we do it justice. I really do. I really appreciate the skill involved behind it now, and the focus you need. Like to hold your miniature, paint, do that for so long, because that requires a lot of time. It's not something you can slap on and do quickly. No, it'll take many hours to get a good non-metallic metal effect. So, yeah. So I appreciate that technique more now than ever. So yeah, my thoughts on it are, it's great. I mean, I wouldn't use it if I was like doing an army of knights or something with a lot of armor and a lot of metals. It's more for display purposes, just testing yourself, that kind of thing, and that's absolutely fine. But if you're trying to do loads of them, then I would say use metallic paints for that. Okay. Right, I think that answers my first question. Jolly well done. Let's go on to the second one then. Oh, I think I remember being asked this one. How does your condition / medication affect your hobby? For those of you that are new to my channel, or that don't know me, I have multiple sclerosis. But these days I also have epilepsy. So I've got MS and epilepsy. Right, so I have a plethora of medication I need to take for that. Now, as it stands today, how does it affect my hobby? Well, sometimes I'm in literally too much pain, mostly in my lower region, like my legs and that these days, to be able to do it. It does take away the pain when I'm like focusing on a little miniature, painting it and that, and it does help. And these videos help, but sometimes it's just too painful. It's just too much agony, and so I feel I waste a lot of time to the illness, where I could be doing hobby. So I feel a bit robbed, a little bit cheated out of my time there. Epilepsy wise, that can affect my ability to fluidly talk, particularly in, like, say, a paint along video, which is hard enough to do it as it is, but you got to keep talking and not have too many big long gaps of silence. It's okay if you're painting and you're on camera, because the paint along videos are I find that they're very difficult, and for these reasons. One, you need to keep engaging your audience, keep talking. So you've got to have something to talk about, not just go, Two, you've got to keep, or try and keep, your miniature and your painting on screen. That's not easy to do. Believe me, that's not easy to do. So you could have fantastic audio and a really interesting conversation going on, but you just see the back of your hand as it's zoomed in. And you go, oh, damn it, you know. They're designed to be played in the background, really, anyway. So, yeah, but to articulate well, it can cause difficulties with that. Trying to recall memory, brain fog, there's all sorts of stuff. And the medication can cause the shakes in your hands sometimes. I mean, when I came back from hospital last year, I had the shakes terribly in my left hand, quite bad in my right, but it took a while for that to die down. But sometimes the medication makes it impossible. It was impossible to paint when I first came out of hospital after having my seizures last year. And so, yeah, mostly it robs me of my time, and I feel cheated by that. Yeah. So that, hopefully that answers that question. Oh, and that runs nicely onto the one that I've got underneath it here, which is, there's no link. Like I say, there's no order of these questions. I'm just taking them one at a time. So the next question says, why do you do YouTube? For therapy. A therapy session. Sometimes I need to talk to you guys, just get things off my chest. I love to show you what I'm doing in my hobby. You know, I like to take a miniature and say, look at this, look, I'm painting this like ogre creature thing. I like to do unboxings. Love the paint along series. I love these series. I had to stop them because lack of questions, but I've got a nice selection now that I've accumulated, which is really nice. And I'm seeing someone next week. Says he's got a lot of questions for me, so I'm going to add them to my. So don't ask me them now. Let's talk when you come up, and we'll put them on my list, as it were. So that's going to be good. But yeah, YouTube, I do it for therapy, and I find it fun and relaxing. Okay, that was a shorter one. Right, so I'm still looking at my iPad here. Alright, okay. Just have a sip of coffee here before I answer the next one. Okay, the next question is a YouTube related one. It says, how important are views to you, as you could optimize your channel a lot more? I know I could optimize my channel a lot more, but I don't have the time to invest in that. I'm not the most technically able person. I know you don't need to be, but it helps. But the biggest factor is time. I just don't have the time. I have little time as it is to do my hobby, and I don't want to be spending all of it editing and sorting out videos. I like to edit videos. I love editing videos, but I've got to be enjoying the process at the same time. I've had videos over the years that's really taken the joy out of it, just because it's just too much editing in one video, and I was like, do you know what, I'm not enjoying this anymore. It feels like a chore, it feels like work, and that's not for me what it's all about. If you know, anybody that's been with me a while knows I'm a kind of like in the middle of the road kind of guy when it comes to the whole YouTube thing. That, and I have a whole load of topics on my channel. Started off just as Warhammer, and then wargaming, and then board gaming, and then role playing as well. I was just constantly adding, and then random stuff that I just want to note down. And that's how my channel's gone. But I mean, I know some guys that have really narrowed it down, not just to Warhammer, to one army, one faction. I'm like, how can you do that when there's so much joy to be had everywhere else? And my hat's off to everybody that puts all the time and effort into polishing their videos up to like a really, really professional standard. If I had the time, I would, like, say I didn't have to work for a living, I would have enough time to do that. And I know you guys, a lot of you guys, you work for a living as well, and you find the time somehow. I just can't, because a lot of time for me gets taken up by my illness, if that makes any sense. I just don't have it to spare. Yeah, so I do the best I can with what I've got, and I enjoy myself, and that is the main thing, guys. Another YouTubey one. What does your channel mean to you? It means everything to me. Love doing YouTube videos, but like I say, not when a video becomes a chore. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I have had maybe at least one, maybe two, in the whole 10 years or whatever it is I've been doing YouTube, videos that have made me like, oh, do you know, this is a slog. But for the most part, just I do videos on topics that I enjoy, that are good for me, and that's what I do. This is a nice one too. Why did you stop doing a Q&A? They used to be all the rage. I think I've kind of covered that. But yeah, they did, didn't they? Like I say, everybody. I started it when I was into the hobby first on YouTube, when I encountered mini wargaming. And Matt used to do his sit and talk, and I thought, that could be quite a good thing to do on my channel. I don't know if I'll get any interest in it or interaction, but I did. It was surprising, I did, you know, and I was pleasantly surprised. And what surprised me even further, was the fact, or how much I enjoyed doing it, you know. So, yeah. But I stopped doing it because of lack of questions. Without questions, I can't do the series. I literally cannot do it. This series runs on questions from my audience. Or, well, 99% of my audience. I mean, there's a small percentage that are like literally, I start talking to someone in a shop or wherever, we just get chatting, and then they'll ask me something that I think, that's a cool question, and it makes me think. But that's why I stopped doing it. Right. Okay, I'm just going to count how many questions I've done. Do bear with me a second. So I don't know. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Next question is, what do you value most in life? This is an easy one. Time. Free time with my family, and enjoy my time with them. That time literally is my currency. Okay. So if someone said to me, would you rather have a pay rise or would you rather have more time off? I would rather have more time off every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You can replace money. You can't replace time. Once it's gone, it's gone. That's it. Okay, next one. I notice that you do not have any live streaming. Why is that? I have done it in the past, and I've really enjoyed it. But I suppose these days it's more due to my condition. Only if I'm having a good day or a good hour can I do it. I can't really plan it. I couldn't say, oh right, first week of February or whatever, I'm doing a live show, because I might not be quite with it enough to be able to do that, and then it wouldn't be a very good show at all. So I prefer. Plus, I get poorly sometimes. Things happen, life. I need the loo or whatever. I film in advance, so it takes all that problem out of it. Takes all that issue away. I feel more comfortable pre-recording. I've got a bit of a thing going on at the moment with scripted and unscripted or semi-scripted videos. There may be some semi-scripting coming my way soon. Yeah, I did it in the past and it worked quite well. So yeah, I might do that. But that's why I don't do live streaming, because it's too. My condition is too unpredictable. Here we go. Do you prefer group or solo gaming? Now, this is another question that has changed over the years. If you'd have asked me that a couple of years back, I would have said group gaming, of course. Now I prefer solo gaming, just for the ease of setup. Again, my condition doesn't matter how long I do it for or how short I do it for. I don't let anybody down if I'm having a bad day or whatever on the game. Yeah, there's nothing to organise, no one to answer to but myself. So I prefer solo gaming. That's me. If you could add another hobby to your life, then what would it be? If I could add another hobby to my life, what would it be? I think it would probably be photography. Nothing fancy, digital photography. And again, I would do YouTube with that. It would run in conjunction with that, but I'd probably do digital photography. Just going out every day, taking pictures of, I don't know, flowers, sunrises, sunsets, just cool stuff. Cool looking buildings, just places with history behind them. And there's a lot of history here as well. There's a lot of Roman history here where I live, so yeah. Okay, 22 minutes here now, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have done 10 questions, and that's where I'm going to end it, folks. This has been an absolute blast. I'm going to edit this one together. I'm going to put this one up, and I will do another video, another P&Q. I might leave it a while before I do it. But yeah, I've so enjoyed that. I've still got loads of questions, but if you want to add to them, I'm sorry I didn't get to the other one that was asked of me recently, but I promise I'll put it on the next video that I do. Okay, so thank you for watching. Like I say, if you have a question or a comment, put it in the comment section below on this video, and I will take it from here. I'll add it to my list on my fancy dandy iPad thing here, and then next time I will go for it. I'm not going to do who it's from anymore. I'm just going to go through the questions and answer them. If anybody is interested in what I think or what I feel about certain topics, questions, then cool. If not, that's also cool. And but thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you can. That costs you nothing. Just a thumbs up and like the video. And do remember, all brushes lead to all, my friends. I'll see you on another video. Whether it'll be another P&Q or not, I don't know. But I will see you on another video if you come back. Bye for now. Bye bye.